Wow, wow. What a beautiful Thursday morning we have around the world. Hey, we're live. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for on the call today. Whew. First of all, I want to thank Miss. Let's see. Let's get my list together here. I want to thank Mr. Sam Foster, sir. Your backpack is in the car as you get ready to go out in a couple hours. To you there in Grand Prairie, Texas. Yes, sir. I got it. I got it. It's going out. So thank you. Matter of fact, last night he had 10 people for me to call last night. He signed up one. He's signing up one on Monday, and we got 4 or 5 more. He got 10 people. 10 people. 10 people. 10 people. 10 people. Can we give Sam Foster a hand? What a wonderful night we have last night. That was my 5th week of doing that, and we got a lot of results. I think we signed up about 22 people. I'm sorry, 16, 17, 18 people we signed up. We signed up. So thank you so much. All right, I'd like to thank Mr. Brian Baker. I see he just jumped on. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Sam Foster, once again, thank you, sir. Miss Caroline Baker, part of the Baker organization, Stellia in Woodland, California. Christine, thank you. Christina, thank you so much. Mr. Ismail is just jumping on. Corey Alexander from Fresno. Daryl Ransom from Nashville. Ed Navarro, good morning, sir. Man, come on, close it out. Regional Director, I can smell it. Mr. Harrison Mill, good morning, sir. Mr. Julian Lewis, man, did he do a great job on Tuesday? If you did not see it, go back to the channel. Man, we got more stuff here than ACN has, I believe. Better speakers than we have at the Internationals right on this call. He was one of them. Man, thank you, sir. Miss Jill Murphy up in Chicago. Thank you. Oh, my God. Regional Director, Vice President Platinum. No, sorry. Regional Vice President Platinum. Miss Johnson Drissell's with us today, folks. My God. Whoo, boy, it's going to be a blessed call. Mr. Lance Kelly, good morning, sir. Mr. Payon in Japan, good morning, sir. Lupi, good morning. Queen V in New York. Somebody get a rope. I love it. Good seeing you. I love how you changed the name back. I love it, Queen V. Thank you, dear. I also like to thank Ursa Allen. Thank you so much. Miss Sensational. Where's she at with her glasses? You know, I got to slow it down. I got to look at her glasses because that girl makes a statement every time I look around at her. Whoa, there she, she got the route. I call those George Burns. George Burns used to be 90. He was 98 years old. He used to smoke a cigar every day. George Burns, a good friend of Bob Hope. I know some of y'all don't know who that is. But anyway, all right, let's go back. Miss Pat Robinson, good morning, dear. Man, just another amazing lady. Miss Tracy Gilmore, part of the Bakery Organization. Good morning. Regional Director, Mr. Marvin. Good seeing you on the call, sir. Oh, the double B's, Bill Bailey and Bill Howard. Good morning, Bill Bailey and Bill Howard. Everybody say it, Bill Bailey? Bill Howard. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Pat and Frank Bowman up in Elk Grove, California. Also, Chris McDowell. Good morning, sir. Miss Mary Perez, I'm so proud of you. Ever since she went to the training up in Lake Tahoe, she has not missed a call, and she's out there in the trenches. I think she's got 2 IBOs coming in this week. Regional Director, Miss Evelyn Phibbs, would be doing our call tomorrow, and you don't want to miss that. She's an amazing woman. I tell you what, I have so much respect for Miss Evelyn Phibbs, and wow. Miss Eileen, good morning, dear. Good morning, San Diego. Miss Konohara in Japan, good morning, dear. She did a wonderful job the other day introducing Miss Ismail on Tuesday night. Wonderful lady. Love her. Just so faithful, so faithful. Regional Director, Ms. Rose Guerrero. Man, did she do a good job on Sunday? My God, go back and watch that. That was powerful about how to taproot. And yes, Miss Pat Robinson texted me, hey, thank you for that. I said, just because of you, I asked him because I knew Pat Robinson loved it. And also Mr. Brian Lewis was asking about taprooting. And I thank God we have leaders that can pivot like that and put together something that great for Sunday's leadership training. So thank you. You're very welcome. Don't thank me. Thank them because they did it. And I just put this, Hey, Harold Gaston. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much. Hope, Hope, helping other people excel. I love it. Good morning, Miss Natalie Pereira in Las Vegas. Thank you, Dee Dee. How you doing, Derek? Good morning. There you go. And who else we got? Regional Director, Miss Luana Pinedo. Good morning. Hey, folks, I want everybody to sit back, get your journals out, your notepads out. Today, we're going to do something a little different, but I want you guys to understand. It's a beautiful look at Thursday. Look, half the month's gone, half the month of the brand new year is gone. New president in, same stuff, different person. I mean, shut up. All right, I'm not going to talk politics. I'm not going to do it. Now, before I get started with today's call, I want you guys, I got up this morning about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I was up, just ready to go. I said, it's too early to take my walk. So I put my headphones on. I was listening to Warren Buffett and said a couple things. And I want you guys to take this to heart. He said this. You might want to write it down in your journal. And I stayed up about 3:30 and went back to bed. I got up at 4 o'clock, and I took my walk. But Warren Buffett said this. This is, man, I swear it's like God just put this in my head. Wow, I don't know why I got, but anyway, he said the best investment you can make, Miss Kathleen Williams, is in yourself. The best investment, Miss Belinda, you can make is in yourself. So, Miss Caroline Baker, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Miss Marie, the best investment, Daryl Ranson, the best investment, Miss Mary Perez, Mr. McGowan, you can make is in yourself. Warren Buffett. And then he had another little additive I want to give you, Mr. Michael Jenkins. He said this, Mr. Dave Carver, the professor. He said this, Mr. Chris King, you can increase your income. Listen to this. You can increase your income, Mr. Payon, Miss Didi. You can increase your income, Frank and Papa Bowman. You can increase your income by 50%. Then you can increase your income by 50%. So in other words, work hard on yourself. Jim Rohn said, work hard on yourself than you do in your job. Because a job will give you a paycheck. Your business will make you wealthy. So in other words, Warren Buffett said the best investment you can make is in yourself. Then you can increase Marvin Carter, Mr. Ed Navarro, Miss Jill. Then you can increase your income by 50%. So Mr. Thomas, if I work harder on me, that's the best one I can make. And then the more if I work on me, then I can increase my income by 50%. Yeah. And the second thing he said that was very powerful, Mr. Lance Kelly, is this, Miss Tracy Gilmore. Mr. Sam Foster, this is what he said. Number 2 thing. And who you associate with is so important. Miss Anna, yes, that's right. Miss Evelyn, who you associate with is very important. That's right, Mr. Herbert, Mr. Ed Smith. That's right, Miss Castro. And who you associate with, wow, is very important. Miss Evelyn, be careful, be careful. Mr. Gaston, be careful. Hope, be careful. Miss Melissa Vaughn, be careful. So I'm gonna read it again from the top, Mr. Brian Baker. The best investment you can make is in yourself, Miss Luana Pinedo. Number 1, you can increase your income by 50% by investing in yourself, Miss Angelina, Pastor Thomas. And he said, and who you associate with. So it's very important who on that blankety blank are you associating with. Greg Parmesan said something that was so profound, I never forgot it. He says, you need to associate, might want to write this down to part 2, and then we're going to get into the day. Greg Parmesan, I'll never forget it. It's in my spirit, deep in my spirit. He says, who you associate, you need to associate people you have a common future with. Some of y'all remember Greg Parmesan saying that many times. You need to associate people that you have a common what? Future with, Ms. Rose Guerrero, not a common past with. So many, get away from people in the past. He said, once again, you need to associate with people you have a common future with, not a common past with. And my theme last year was some people that can't go where God's got you going. That was my theme last year. I wrote it big time. There's some people that can't go where God's got you going. And some of you trying to bring them people that you've been knowing for years, you love them, but they're not going nowhere in life. They're holding you back. They're in the same job, 10, 20, 30 years. They broke, they lost their job. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they lost their job. They be staying at your house. And they're not doing anything to better themselves, but they want to hang out with you and take your valuable time up. Do you realize how many people I cut from my life? My family, I got a couple of them. I only see them on the holidays because I can't afford to be around them. That's real talk. Don't let excuses get in your way. Now, today, let me know, Mr. Bree Clemens, when you're ready. Just say, I'm ready, because I got some more y'all to see. I want you to sit back, get your journals, take notes. It's about 18 minutes. And I want you guys to see this. I got it through Mr. Chris King and Ms. Rose Guerrero, but it's so important. I want you to listen to this. It's so important that if it's important enough for me to put on this call, you know it's got to be important. I want y'all to sit back, watch this, but have your journals ready to hit a note that makes sense to you. Is that okay? Okay. All right, here we go.
It's been important for me,
Steve Harvey, by the way,
to empower my children, but not only my children, but thousands of young people across the country. And education is the key for a lot of people. But when I speak at colleges and stuff, I tell people, number one thing in your world is not your education. It's your dream. So what you dreaming about, y'all? What you still dreaming about? What is God still showing you in your imagination? What are you so afraid of? Why would you not take that leap and go for it before you mess around and die? Why would you not go and see what God really got for you before you leave this world? My life is favor. Bishop Jakes told me one time, when you got favor on your life, no matter what you're thrown into, you're going to always rise to the top. I have been thrown into a lot, but because of favor and grace, I just keep showing up somehow, man, no matter what they do. And so all of this that I have is really because of the grace of God. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You got to have a tremendous work ethic to be successful in here. You really do, man, if you want to be successful, because it's going to be a lot of trying times. So you have to have a tremendous work ethic. But you got to have faith. There is a scripture that Albert Einstein took this quote from. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So when I told you a minute ago, you got to have a tremendous work ethic, but you got to have a lot of faith. I talk to so many people who get older, like some of us are, and they've lost their faith. Well, faith is really simple. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. All that means is in the beginning, you just hope something pop off. You know, you just kind of hope something happened for you. I was hoping I would get on TV. I wrote it on a piece of paper when I was 10, I want to be on TV. The problem I had when I wrote it at 10 was I suffered from a severe stuttering problem. I could not talk outside of my house. So can you imagine when I wrote on a piece of paper, I want to be on TV, and turned that in? The first thing the little boy next to me asked me, he 10, well, how long is your TV show going to be? But when I wrote it on the paper, it wasn't factual. It was just hoping. You just got to start with the hope. Faith is the substance of things that you hope for. You just hope something jump. Then what happened is, through grace and favor, he give you a couple of them things you hope for, and then you're supposed to start believing then. Because now it turns into faith. But if you take this scripture, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What is the evidence of things not seen? I just told it to you. Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attraction. But guess what? Your imagination really is. It's the evidence of things not seen. Because your imagination, you know why it's the evidence of things not seen? Because you're the only one can see it. Your imagination is actually God showing you a preview of a coming attraction that he has for you. The moment you don't believe in your imagination, you negate what he got for you. Your imagination is the preview to life's coming attraction. It is the evidence of things not seen, because can't nobody see it with you. Your problem is you keep telling your imagination to the wrong people. See, if you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. It's dead. How many times, man, have you had a tremendous idea? Something you thought was the one, and you went and told it to your loved ones and your so-called friends, and they shot it down. I mean, you was convinced that it was just, oh man, I just came to you. And you told it to them and they shot it down. And you thought since they was your loved ones and their friends and they got your best interests at heart, you believed them. You was wrong. You let them talk you out of what God got for you. Some of y'all still sitting here with the ambition of opening a business one day, but you scared to go start the business because you got a job and you got bills. Rich people got bills. Everybody got bills. Hell, I got bills. Everybody owes somebody something. I got something with the bank right now. You're going to let the fact that you got some bills stop you from opening the business, the thing that God done put in your imagination. So you're going to squash that because you got bills. Everybody got bills. Your real life is in your imagination. Can you grab what I'm telling you? So I don't know what you thought I was going to say to you. I'm just a real dude. I don't even have the education you all have. I flunked out of school. I ain't got no education. I don't use 4-syllable words. The only 4-syllable word I know is my bank account. What I'm sharing with you is stuff that everybody can apply today. If you're sitting in here thinking that you're too old to listen to what Steve, hell, I'm 60. I'm 60 years old, but I still rely on my imagination. See, if you think you're too old to make it, let me give you a prime example. Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders has been frying chicken his whole life. He was telling everybody he had the best chicken in the world. Ain't nobody believe him. They turned him down everywhere. Colonel Sanders didn't get a franchise till he was in his 60s. Kentucky Fried Chicken sell more chicken than anybody in the world today. So if you're sitting there thinking because you got a little gray on you, you too late, as long as God waking you up in the morning, that's the sign that he ain't through with you. So what you tripping for? You sitting up in here like God can't do nothing for you because you 60. Man, you know what I'm asking God for right now? And I'm 60. If you could see my vision board, you would be blown away. Because I got enough right now. I really know, but I ain't in the need business. I'm in the want business. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting something. Quit going down to these churches y'all sitting up in here going down to, keeping you in these little boxes. God got a big life for you. The only person ain't get, and look, and I love church. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking church. Don't tweet that. Steve don't care for the church no more. I didn't say that. But don't go down there, memorize all these scriptures, and then don't apply none of them to your life. That's what I'm talking about. Quit going down there just to go and just get a couple of scriptures and apply them to you. The smallest scripture I ever read changed my life. The scripture real simple. You have not because you ask not. Do you know the difference that could make in your life? I'm just giving you real talk now. See, you have not because you ask not. When the last time you really asked him for something? Or do you keep making requests that's inside the confines of your paycheck? When you gonna get outside of that? Didn't I just tell you God ain't in your paycheck? Didn't I just tell you he ain't in your job title? The life God got for you is in your imagination. Why you still imagine this stuff? Why you keep dreaming of a summer home? Why you keep dreaming of retirement, leaving your grandkids money? So I'm at the age now where I think about my grandkids. I got 7 TV shows. Dog, I only need one. One show pay me enough money. I do not live my life in the confines of what anybody says to me. I let my imagination go, and now imagination is a preview to life's coming attraction. But what that really means is God showing you a preview of what he has for you. So now, if you have not because you ask not, do you understand if you up your ask, he has to up his give? Just period. This is simple stuff that anybody can apply. You ain't even got to have no degree to do this. You don't even have to have no money to do this. You can start this today and change your whole game because you're going to need grace and favor anyway. Listen, I have asked God for some tremendous stuff. Everything he hasn't given to me is on the way. I have no doubt about it. Why would he not? See, can I tell you what really prompted this thinking in me? When I was homeless, I lived in a car for 3 years. I made some decisions in my life, man, and threw myself off a cliff. My decision, October 8th, 1985, I walked into a comedy club for the first time. Had never heard of a comedy club. all my life, I wanted to be on TV. I signed up for the following week because I just wanted to see what the comedians did. Man, I saw live stand-up for the first time. They had 10 acts supposed to go up. 9 of them went up. The 10th guy got scared and ran out the door. So I had signed up for the following week. The guy says, listen, we lost our 10th act. We're going to go to the phones. We're going to go to the week from next week. If Steve Harvey's here, come on up now. And the crowd started clapping. I was eating a chicken wing and drinking some grapefruit juice, and I turned to the girl and I said, it's a dude in here, got the same name I got. She said, you the stupidest bastard I know. So I ran up on stage. I don't even know what to do, but I just started talking about boxing and stuff that happened to me. Audience was hollering, laughing. They brought all 10 of us back up on stage. They had a clap off. I won the clap off. I won $50. I cried from Cuyahoga Falls to Cleveland. The girl kept saying, why you crying? It ain't but $50. I said, no, you don't understand. This way more than 50. This what I do. She said, what you mean this what you do? This just your first time. You don't understand. Something happened to me. I won amateur night. I went to work the next day, October 9th, 1985, and quit my job. Now, I don't recommend that you do it that way, because 2 years later, I was homeless, because the first year of comedy, I made $3,400. The next year, I made $4,800, and the third year, I made $5,300. I got a wife, a set of twins. I'm sending every dollar I got to them. So I tried to live on $50, $75 a week. Gas was 38 cents a gallon back then. I just stayed in my car. So I lived in my car for 3 years. 3 years I lived in my car. And what happened was, I just said, man, so I used to fish all the time to eat, because I'm a fisherman, I'm a bass fisherman. So I used to stop at lakes and ponds and just fish. And every month I get run off from somebody's land. Hey, get away from here. Hey, move along, that's not yours. Hey, stop fishing here. I just get run off. And he didn't understand. And one time I had fish on the line. They said, you got fish on that line? I said, yeah, throw them back. I had to throw them back because I used to stop at rest areas with them little cast iron grills. I kept charcoal in my car. I started a fire and I eat fish. There's some days I wouldn't eat. So they thought I was just fishing, but I was eating. So I said one day, I said, man, you know what? One day, man, I'm gonna give myself some land. I'm gonna buy myself a piece of dirt. So fast forward, God bless me. I get on TV when I'm 38. I'm on Showtime at the Apollo. Lord have mercy. They gave me my money. I saved my money up. I saved $250,000. I said, I'm going to give me some land. I went to Texas, and I'm about to buy some land. But before I went to buy the land, I was curious. I just had the thought. I said, man, I wonder how much land is on earth? How many acres is on earth? Because you know it's not going to change. You know, God lets you fly. God lets you dive underwater. God don't let you make dirt. Can't make dirt. So I looked it up. It's roughly over, just a little bit over 36 billion acres of land. 36 billion acres of land. So I just got a little bit more curious, and I said, well, how many people on earth? I looked it up, and there's about 6 billion people on earth. So I did some Steve Harvey thinking. I said, okay, if it's 36 billion acres of land, and it's about 6 billion people on earth, everybody ought to have 6 acres of land. Not just me, you know, just thinking. So I asked God, could I have 6 acres? That's all I wanted. Because you know the one thing I wanted? I didn't care if I put a house on it or nothing. I just wanted to be a stand somewhere and couldn't nobody run me off. I see a piece of land in Texas, so beautiful, I couldn't believe it. Had rolling hills, had a pond on it where I could fish. The dude took me over there, I look at the land, and I'm looking out, I said, man, this is great right here. I said, sir, how much is this right here? He said, well, it's about $600,000. I said, man, I ain't got that kind of money. He said, well, how much do you have? I said, I got $250,000. I said, well, let me think about it, man. He said, let me think about it. And I was standing there, and then I stopped. I said, sir, can I ask you a question, man? How many acres of land is that? He said, this is 6 acres. 6. 6 years ago, I just asked God, just give me 6. See, I didn't want a whole lot of acres. I just wanted my cut. Just give me my 6. And so I said, ain't this crazy? So I thought about it. I said, man, what can we work out? Right before I got ready to say it, the guy that took me over there said, Steve, let me show you something right quick. He took me to his house. He said, let me show you something. He took me over and showed me this land, and it was massive. It had 3 lakes on it. It had rolling hills. It had trees. It was unbelievable, man. I said, man, this is incredible. I said, man, how much is this? He said, this 16 acres. I said, hey, man, I ain't got that kind of money. Let me go on back over here to this dude where Mike can cut a deal. He said, well, let me ask you something. What was you going to give that man over there? I said, well, I hadn't worked it out yet because all I got is $250,000. He said, well, listen, I'm in a little bit of a tight right now. He said, if you can bring me $250,000 cash by tomorrow, I'll give you this 16 acres. I showed up next day, $250,000, 16 acres. See, that's grace and favor right there. That's what that is. So my first piece of land was 250 acres. So I said, man, this is the land that I'm gonna save for my family. I'm gonna fish on the rest of my life. I'm gonna be an old man. So then I got to thinking, I said, hold up, man. You mean you have not because you ask not? I asked for 6 years ago. He showed me 6, but he gave me 16. Now let me tell you something. I'm so busy now, I don't even get to go to that ranch. I never can go. And I thought I was gonna be fishing and save it for my kids' rest of life. But God had another plan for me. That's the ranch that I have my mentoring camp on. I bring 1,000 black boys out there with 1,000 single mothers. And that was the purpose of that ranch. I never go there to fish at all. But see, that's what I wanted. I thought that's what it was for. But God got another plan. His way is way bigger than yours. You can't even see his way. But you gotta start to hustle. You gotta give God something to work with. Look, if you start hustling and grinding, he'll fill it up for you. But if you ain't got no hustle and no grind, he can't fill it up. So guess what? I don't ever go there to use that land for fishing or not. But I'm changing boys' lives over there.
Wow. Wow. Powerful, 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 powerful. When I saw that, I said, Mr. Clemens, we got to show this on Thursday because it's life-changing. Now, if you guys don't mind, we're going to take about 4 or 5 minutes to kind of highlight what did you guys get out of it. I'll start off. October 9th of 1985, he quit his job. He had a wife and 3 kids. The first year in comedy, he made $3,000. Next year, $4,800. The next year, he did $5,300. 3 years, he lived in his car. How bad do you want it? Like I said, I was last Saturday at my church. We fed the 350 some people came through while I was there 2.5 hours, and 23 people lived in their car with their kids, and I hit my heart. But he lived in his car 3 years. Some days said he didn't even eat. By the time he got to be 38 years old, he got on his first TV show, started making money, Kings of Comedy. $250,000 by land. And he said he got what? The grace and favor. You have not, this is powerful right here. For a lot of us, this is powerful. You might want to write this one. You have not because you ask not. And now I know you ask not, but are you going to work to make it real? You just can't ask them to go to work and make it real. You got to go to work and make it real. Phone lines are open. We'll take the next 4 or 5 minutes and just share what you guys got out of that. Because when I saw this, I said, everybody I know got to see this. Education is important, but not as important as your dreams. Thank you, sir. Who else? Take your phone off mute and share.
Mr. Thomas, this is Julian in San Diego.
Yes, sir.
No, I got a lot out of it, but one of the things that really touched me, that, you know, he said that land he didn't use to fish, but the truth be told, he did, because what he was able to do is bring these boys together with their moms, and that information falling on the right ears is like fishing. And so he was able to fish in a more powerful way, and God kind of showed him that the type of fisherman that he was going to make him was way bigger than what he was thinking about on that plot of land. So that's the biggest thing that I took away from that, and that's something that reminds me of you, sir. So I just wanted to give you that, because I thought that was pretty dope. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You know, how many got teary-eyed watching that? How many got some tears in their eyes? Come on, you kind of did not pierce your heart. Yes, sir, Mr. Lewis. He became fisherman of 1,000 young black boys with no way out with their parents. So yeah, he was a fisherman, all right. He fished, all right, but not like he thought. Amen. Mr. Ismail says, thank you for showing that video. You're welcome, sir. Who else want to share? What do you got, Marvin Carter? Who else want to share? What did you get?
Yeah, Mr. Thomas, this is Sam Foster. I was here driving. I was listening to it on my way to the mall again in the rain.
Only people on the call last night know what that means. Listen, hold on a second, Mr. Sam Foster. Only people were with us last night know what that means. On the way to the mall. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Thanks again for the backpack. What I got out of it, Mr. Thomas, is that you have to be consistent. You have to give God something to work with.
Oh.
And I think oftentimes we don't do that enough. Just like yesterday, I probably felt terrible yesterday, and it was raining and it was cold. But just like he just said, you got to give God something to work with.
Wow. Yep. You got to give God something to work with. I mean, think about it. He sacrificed 3 years in his car going fishing to get fish. Pull off side of the road because he kept coal in the back of his trunk, so he could go to the grill and put the fish on the stop rest areas. You see, a lot of us don't sacrifice. We think we're too comfortable. Let me be quiet. Who else want to share? Miss Edmund Smith.
Beautiful morning, family. How everybody doing?
Oh man, blessed and highly favored.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. What'd you get out of the video?
To my router. There are many things to get out of it, but most importantly is we have not because we ask not. And God's able to do, in Steve's example, is exceeding it abundantly. I want to thank you so very much, Mr. Thomas, for enlarging my coast in my imagination. Because there are many things that I never imagined of thinking of being possible, but now I'm filling my mind constantly with wealth and abundance that is just phenomenal, and it stirs my spirit so much. So I thank you so much for providing, facilitating the environment.
You're welcome. I'm going to talk more about wealth this Saturday, part 2 of my leadership. I'm going to talk a lot about wealth this year. Like I said, like I've never been before. I'm going to be so transparent that you guys will see a side of me you never saw. Thank you, Miss Patricia Bowman and Miss Patricia Bowman and Frank Bowman up in Elk Grove. She says you're never too old. That's right. Never. Look, if you're still alive, there's a reason why you're still here. Your work ain't finished. Man, we're gonna talk a lot about faith and grace too. Oh my Lord, y'all have no idea. Thank you for that, Mr. Edmund Smith. Thank you. Who else want to comment?
Mr. Thomas, this is Belinda.
Yes, dear.
Yes, the life that God has for you is in your imagination. He talked about how God has favor on his life. That spoke volumes to me.
You know, I'm gonna say this to every one of you. I don't care what faith you may be, but we all have favor. We all, everybody on this have favor. You ain't got to believe, you ain't got whatever your religion, it don't matter. We all have favor. And, you know, he had to get uncomfortable. God, Lord have mercy. He had to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. So many times we're all comfortable. I'm gonna tell you something. By my birthday, I'm gonna be so uncomfortable. You hear what I'm saying? I'm gonna be so uncomfortable to get comfortable again. Remember I told you a story? I had the big mansion and I moved across the street to get the smaller place to get uncomfortable because I was too comfortable. Then my organization exploded because why? I got uncomfortable. The problem is we're so busy being comfortable, we can't move because like the frog in the hot water, turn it up to burn it, and all of a sudden that frog will flip over and die because it got comfortable like for us, like being in a tub with hot, warm water and it gets hot and we just cook. So yeah, you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. What else you guys get? One or two more.
Mr. Thomas is David Cooper.
Yes, sir, Professor.
What I got it is couple things. Hebrews 1, faith is the substance, hope for the things that is not seen.
Not seen.
When that comes to imaginations, the vision that God has given you is beyond measure. It's not by accident, it's intentional what he gives you. And when he gives you that vision, it's just for you to believe it and execute it. And also with faith, he wants to take you to deep waters. But at the same time, that's a season of testing as well, too, to take you places that's going to be beyond your measure. And at the same time, not a lot of people can go with you. And that's the one thing I realized. That's the one thing I realized what you had to go through as well, too, to make your journey relevant right now. So the message you're giving us right now, this is not by accident. This is intentional. It's on purpose right now.
Thank you, Mr. Culver. That's why you're the professor. There was 3 people this morning. I told 3 people to confirm what you did. 3 people this morning before this call. That's why I was a little late getting on the call. 3 people this morning between 6 and 8:30. 3 people. I told them. There's some people can't go where God's got you going. You got to let them go. They're like sandbags. They're holding you back. 3 people I said that to this morning. You got it. Some of y'all got to cut that biblical cord because everybody can't go where God's got you going this year. I said that last year. Who else want to comment? Thank you so much, Dave Culver, the professor. That video didn't pierce you. Yes, sir.
I got a good note out of it myself. It's Mr. McGowan.
Yes, sir.
I like when he said you need to associate with people you have a common future with.
That's right. Not a common past. That's right. I told 3 people that this morning. I tell you what, this while y'all saying that, this is more confirmation. I'm telling you, some of y'all need to cut people.
Mr. Thomas, this is Hope.
Yes, Hope. Give us some hope. Give us some hope.
There's always hope. Along those lines, he said, around association, he said, don't talk to small-minded people because they can kill a big dream by telling it to them. You can let them talk you out of it. So again, association is so important.
Ooh, you ain't never lied there. Small-minded people talk you out of a big dream, and think about it. God gave you the dream, not the small-minded person.
Exactly.
They love you. They're trying to save. It's like ACN. We talk to people and their friends, family, trying to save them from making a mistake. And they ain't never done that in their life. I love it. Thank you, Hope. Who else want to share?
Mr. Thomas, this is Belinda again.
Yes, dear.
I like the quote from Albert Einstein when he says, imagination is everything. It's the preview to the life's coming attraction.
Oh, what you say?
Yeah, I just said it.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, dear. It's so important you guys have vision. I want you guys, after the call, take a few minutes, just visualize yourself being an RVP, then visualize yourself being an SVP. Visualize yourself walking across that. Visualize it. We get so caught up in the day, we can't take time to ponder. And that's why even on my DMO, you saw what I did. I take time out for all that. It's so amazing. And people wonder why I'm where I'm at. No, I'm not special. I just take the time. Everything I'm giving you, I do. Who else want to share? Thank you so much, Miss Belinda.
Mr. Thomas, this is Sherry, and down in Florida. I was just reflecting on the fact that Colonel Sanders didn't get his first franchise until he was 60. And sometimes as baby boomers, we think it's too late to succeed, but that right there shows that we still have a lot of time left.
Amen. Let me tell you something about Colonel Sanders. He was 65 with a 31 bank. I study well. I study successful. I study him. Like I said today, I studied Walt Disney the other couple of days ago. I studied Colonel Sanders, 65 years old, put out, he had listen to his retirement, his Social Security check was $35. He said, what am I gonna do with this? And he was at 35 banks, and 35 banks turned him down. 31 banks turned him down. And he was too old, he thought. No, it turned him down. And what got him going was they were telling him he had to move out of his place because a highway was coming in. And he said, one more, I gotta make some more calls. And now Colonel Sanders is in, I think, 28 different countries, billionaire status. But think about it, 65 years old, turned down by 31 banks, $35 social insecurity check. He said, I can't make it on this. He believed in his dream. Do you guys believe in your dream in ACN? Or you letting people tear you down? Or you lifting people up to your world, or you let them tear them down to their world? That's powerful. Who else want to share? My God, my God. Miss Castro, how are you doing? Who else want to share? Man, if that didn't move you, I don't.
Mr. Thomas,
favor.
I had to get up because I was so emotional.
Who's this?
Pat Robinson.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I was so emotional. I've seen this before, and I just couldn't sit through this video again because it was just that. It was just too touching for me because I talked to my kids about this film, this video, and I even sent it to a couple of youngsters. So it was.
I understand. Everybody can't go, Miss Pat Robinson, where we're going there. Although, just like Noah in the ark, he wanted to save them all, but until the rain came, then they all went to the ark, and the ark's floating down the road. You want to help people, your kids. I appreciate it. We all do, but some of them can't see it, won't see it, or ain't got the vision to see it. You just got to keep on keeping on. Right, Miss Celia? You got to keep on keeping on. You got to keep on keeping on, Marvin Carter, Mr. Carter, Miss Marcia. You got to keep on keeping. Look, the journey for the swift is we got to get out there like Johnny Appleseed and spread the word. Who else want to share real quickly? Lord have mercy.
Can you hear me?
Who's this? I'm sorry.
Mary Perez?
Yes, Mary Perez. But this lady's been on fire since Lake Tahoe. Yes, dear.
Without pain, there's no gain, and I understand it now. Get out of the comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Bless you, young lady. You know what? You've been out your comfort zone ever since you came back from Rose Chris and Miss Evelyn Phibbs and Miss who else went up to Lake Tahoe. You ain't been the same since. And I love they rock that whatever rocked your world. You've been on fire since. I love you for that. Thank you, dear, for sharing.
Mr. Thomas.
Anybody else? Queen V, how are you doing out there in New York City?
Great. I was just, when you said that, I'm like, when is this next Lake Tahoe? Like, I'm hearing everyone that been there, there's been a huge shift. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Amen. But guess what? We're gonna shift on this in the meantime.
Amen. Yeah, I took a lot of notes. It's really what everyone's saying. The imagination, and like Einstein is doing nothing but quoting wisdom from the Bible, and how it's like, yeah, church, happy-go-lucky, and then we're like the most scared people sometimes. No faith, but we got faith in going to church like a schedule, but we don't use it. We don't use the scripture. We just know it.
Yep, I agree. Look at Julian Lewis. Yep, thumbs up.
That's powerful.
You know, everything comes down to that little black book, BIBLE, stands for Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. Let me shut up. Y'all gonna start getting me fired up. I might have to start I might have to flip my phone over and start preaching. But anyway, who else want to share?
So good, Mr. Thomas. Oh, Mr. Thomas, one more. This is hope, please.
Yes, dear. Bring the hope. Let's see your face. Take your phone. I want to see your face, girl.
It'll be there. I'm coming. Mr. Thomas, this piece about he asked for 6 acres and God blessed him with 16 acres. God has so much more for us. Oh my goodness. That was so amazing. Just like when I retired, God gave me $700 more than I expected in early retirement. He always has more for us. I have to work that faith muscle. I have to get on. I've been too comfortable. Got it. I'm clear. I'm going. Okay, I'm clear. Thank you, sir.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Hope. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna get myself, like I say, by March. Watch this. By March, I'm gonna be so uncomfortable. Y'all ain't gonna believe it, because I'm you know, I'm saying, but I can't go higher unless I get humble myself. By humbling myself, I got to get without saying a lot to go. There you go. Thank you for that. Who else want to share? Who else want to share? This is good stuff.
Thomas.
This is good stuff. Mr. Ismail, yes, sir.
The person who just asked about the Lake Tahoe thing is going to be May the 5th to the 7th. By the way, that's the schedule for that.
Yeah, thank you. I saw it come up on the screen. Thank you, sir. Couple more of y'all want to share what you got out of the video?
Tim Kennard, Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
I learned the difference today between faith and religion. That's all.
Thank you, sir. I saw that. Thank you, sir. Who else want to share? All right. With that said, tonight, 6 o'clock, get people on the 1 through 10. If you don't have anybody, get on here anyway, and you learn how to read the boxes. It's just that simple. Matter of fact, oh, I'm up. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna be doing the 1 through 10. I'm sorry, I didn't. But get on here and learn how to do it. If I gave every one of you the 1 through 10 on a sheet of paper and asked you to read it, you couldn't do it. You really couldn't do it. So why don't you really learn? Because one day we all won't be here for you. Could you go out and do it right there on the spot when somebody you're talking to? Like Sam Foster's heading to the mall, get another 10 or 15 names. But can you read the 1 through 10? Learn. Come on, folks. Come on, Cletus. Come on. Anyway, we're done. Tomorrow morning, we got the great Miss Evelyn Phibbs from Fresno.